Nearly 2 decades ago, The Office UK made its debut, and just 4 years later, the US remake transformed pop culture and eventually became one of the most remarkable sitcoms of all time. Welcome back to our channel, you guys. In today's video, we'll be breaking down the differences and similarities between The Office UK and The Office US. So let's get to it right now. Legacy and longevity. It's no secret that The Office fans have always endured a battle surrounding the eternal question, which show is better, the original or the adaptation? The Office UK was released by BBC in 2001 and ran for 2 seasons consisting of 12 episodes plus a 2-part Christmas special. Meanwhile, The Office US was released by NBC in 2005 and ran for 9 seasons consisting of over 200 episodes. The US version was a lot longer and therefore had more time to evolve. The premise of both shows is the same, as it highlights the dull and mundane realities of office life. Both shows are set in the branches of large paper companies and focus mainly on the lives and interactions between the office employees in a mockumentary style. However, the UK version was filmed at the fictional paper company Wernham Hogg at Slough, Berkshire. On the other hand, the US version was filmed at the fictional Dunder Mifflin Paper Company in Pennsylvania. When we talk about their legacy, both versions enjoyed praise from audiences and won numerous awards, but The Office US had a much better run in terms of popularity. The sheer length of the show allowed it to attract a much larger fan base over time and rise above other TV sitcoms of its era. Budget. It probably won't surprise fans to find out that The Office US had a larger budget than the original version, which made it easier to cast A-list celebrities as guest stars. The list includes Idris Elba, Will Ferrell, Amy Ryan, Kathy Bates, Rashida Jones, and Conan O'Brien. Fans were excited to see Ricky Gervais in Season 7 playing his iconic role as David Brent. He meets and befriends Michael Scott outside an elevator and later applies for the manager position at Dunder Mifflin. Subplots and narratives. The UK Office had multiple subplots and conflicts, but due to the limited number of episodes, most of these conflicts were resolved immediately. This made the series less engaging and left fans wanting more. On the other hand, the American version of the sitcom had subplots that went on for multiple seasons, which made the show more entertaining and gripping for the viewers. It also paved the way for better character development, as fans got to explore the main and supporting characters in greater depth. Characters. One of the most interesting comparisons between both versions comes down to their cast and characters. It's obvious that the UK characters and their US counterparts had major similarities, but as the American version evolved throughout the 9-season run, fans noticed many differences between the characters of the two shows. Let's start with the bosses of both companies, David Brent and Michael Scott. Both David and Michael struggle with acting appropriately at work. Both have a constant need for external validation and are habitual of making cringeworthy but hilarious jokes. Both characters are foolish, petty, somewhat dysfunctional, and bound to give their employees at least one headache a day. However, David is more unfriendly, but knows how to get work done. Michael, on the other hand, dodges work any chance he gets. But The Office US made him more bearable and even likable over time by highlighting his redeemable qualities. Don and Pam also share certain similarities, yet are different in their own way. Both underappreciated receptionists have similar struggles and a passion for art, but Pam is more lighthearted and eventually transforms into a successful, confident woman. Similarly, both Tin and Jim are down-to-earth employees with a dry sense of humor who love pulling pranks, but Jim is more ambitious and eventually works harder to achieve his dreams. And finally, we have Gareth and Dwight. Both employees have a bizarre personality and often fall victim to the pranks of their respective desk partners, Tim and Jim. However, Dwight's character is a lot more exciting thanks to its memorable one-liners and hilarious antics, which allowed him to become a fan favorite and one of the standout members of the show. Romance. In terms of romance, The Office UK had only one major couple to focus on, Tim and Don. Their counterparts in the US version, Jim and Pam, were also the main love interests, but the American show included more romance through other couples like Angela and Dwight, Andy and Aaron, Phyllis and Bob, Aaron and Pete, and Michael and Holly. Comic tone. The Office UK and US are perfect examples of the difference between British and American humor. Both sitcoms have vastly different comedic styles. The British audience appreciated the cringe-worthy, static, and more realistic characters, but the 2005 adaptation of the show had to be altered according to the preferences of the US audience. So The Office US is lighter and more feel-good with fluid and eccentric characters. Ending. The last major difference involves the series' finale. Both endings reunited the characters, but the UK version highlighted their failures and the ending wasn't as satisfying. Meanwhile, The Office US gave its characters a much happier ending that served as a good closure for viewers and left them feeling more satisfied. In the end, both versions of the show were great in their own ways, each playing to its audience. So deciding which one is better really comes down to the viewers' personal tastes. That's it for today, guys. If you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell icon to be updated with all of our latest videos. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you again later.